Welcome to Be Latina's virtual pop-up shop, where we talk to extraordinary small business owners in the Latinx community about their businesses, their inspirations, and their aspirations. I'm your host, Gloria Malone, and today I'm talking to Ari Gonzalez, the founder of Earthy by Ari. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm so glad to be here.
So can you tell us the name of your business and what your business offers?
Yeah, so my business is called Earthy by Ari. It first started off with just having jewelry pieces, so like earrings, necklaces, rings, and bracelets. And I kind of later branched out to having apparel too. But the main focus is jewelry, and I like to keep it as jewelry as I introduce other items. But jewelry will be the main staple, the main focus.
Wonderful. And when did you first have the idea for your business?
So I actually had the idea in 2018, but was too scared to start because it's like you can start a business and not really have support, or people can always say they want to support, but then when it comes down to actually doing it, they're not there. So I was just kind of scared to do that and put myself out there like that. But then earlier this year with the whole pandemic, I was still working, but I was also kind of bored and had too much free time on my hand. So I decided to make it a thing. But the reason why I even had the idea was because I would always wear a lot of statement earrings, whether it was at school or at work, because I had a job where I had to wear a uniform. I went to a school where I had to wear a uniform. And I felt like earrings were the only way I can really express myself. So I'd either make earrings myself or curate them, like find them from little shops. And everyone always asked me like where I got them from or how I made them. So I figured why not have a business?
I love that. And then when did you officially launch the business?
In June of this year, so June 2020.
Great. And what did it feel like when you pressed publish or launch or whatever it was that that button said when
Oh,
you finally launched your business?
it was nerve wracking. It was so nerve wracking because people on Twitter just knew me from like my rants on issues. It wasn't anything to do with fashion, and I'm still not a fashion person, but it was definitely nerve wracking. And the process was a little slow. I did have support, but also you have to realize like support doesn't have to be financially; it can still be like virtually or just shouting you out. So I had that part, but in terms of financial, it was still very slow, but I still didn't let that discourage me. And I still continued to be proactive on my socials and staying consistent. And then I really, really saw like it pay off, and that made me feel even more validated. And I was like, see, why was I even worried to begin with? You know, like people are going to love it. You just have to keep staying productive and staying consistent to really get out there.
Yes, definitely. I love a good earring. These are from another fellow Afro Latina, actually.
Love
Uh,
it.
so do you only do earrings or do you offer other types of jewelry?
So I have earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and rings. And all the rings are made by me. All the bracelets are made by me. The earrings, I started off making resin pieces, so like acrylic earrings and resin earrings. And then I also started curating them and like getting from also local shops. So whenever it's curated, I do make sure to state that it isn't made by me, because I never want to ever take credit for something that's not done by
Mm,
me.
wonderful. And do you have a piece in your store that's the most popular?
Ooh, yes. Surprisingly, it's always the items you least expect it, whether it's me posting an image of a certain item on my social media, and then people buying the complete opposite. So I've had something called pink marble, which is just a piece that I made with acrylic resin and liquid ink. And it's almost like a granite kind of like a marble design, and that's really really popular. I love it, but it's not my favorite piece, but it is the most popular. And I also have something called Rich in the Heart, which is these heart earrings, and it's also made out of resin and has gold glitter in them.
Wonderful. What type of do you usually only work with acrylic and resin or do you work with other types of mediums?
So far, that's the only medium I know how to use. I would like to experiment with other mediums, but for now, I'm kind of scared too. And also maybe just a little too lazy too. So yeah, for now, acrylic and resin are the only materials I work with.
Wonderful. Did you always view yourself as an aspiring business owner?
I would say no. If anything, I knew I didn't want to work like a 9 to 5, and I knew I wanted to have something, but I thought I was gonna go more in towards art. I know jewelry making is a form of art, but I also paint and I draw myself. So I thought I was gonna have something in that kind of career field, but never really thought, oh, I'm going to be like an inspired business owner. I think it just kind of started, and because it did so well, I figured why not continue this path. So it was almost like unlocking a new identity of myself I didn't even know was there.
I love that. I know your business is still like fairly new, but do you have like one standout business moment, either with a customer or like a huge order that came in that like really like excited you?
I think there's so many, it's hard to pick one. Because again, like when I post on social media, I don't always get like feedback like that. So it may just be like one like, but then on the business platform, I have like 12 orders. So things like that always takes me aback. So I'm like, oh, no one's really showing love on this post, or I don't really have that many followers. And I see all these other businesses that go viral off of like a picture that only shows half the product, But then I actually go back to my business, or even someone just has one order with one item, having that connection with them and the communication with them, whether it's through email or through social media, and them just telling me how they really feel like my items was packaged with care, how they really feel like the customer support is there, because I'm not just like talking to them like a robot. I want people to really feel like they can come to me. When I say questions, comments, or concerns, I really do mean it. My messages are always open. So I think just little things like that, whether it's even if it's just one item or just someone saying hi to me, a customer saying hi to me or telling me they love it, that really makes me excited.
That's great. Where can we find Earthy by Ari online?
Yeah, so you can find me at earthybyari.com and also on Twitter or Instagram at earthybyari.
Wonderful. And do you have any words of inspiration or anything like that for any fellow Afro-Latinas who want to start a business?
Yeah, I would say whatever your craft is, do it. Definitely plan if you can, plan out the model, plan out what you want to do, how you want to execute it. And also don't get discouraged, whatever it is you're doing. Don't just take social media numbers as your worth or even your financial gain from it. Don't take that as your worth. Know that you're creating to create for yourself, to give back to the community and give back to everyone else, and just stay focused, stay motivated, and your work will be recognized. I promise you. Whether it's from one person or a million people, just don't lose sight of your goal. And we're amazing. We're so amazing. We're like amazing, but yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. Everyone, please be sure to check out Earthy by Ari. Look at the earrings, the necklaces, all the stuff that they have to offer over there. I'm so excited that you made time in your day to chat with me, and I look forward to seeing your business grow.
Thank you so much for having me.